So I got the rear wheel off for the KLX 110, and man, this thing is in bad shape. Not bad shape, but it's a lot dirtier than I would think for 2019. So what I did, instead of flipping back and forth with the pages, I just printed all the pages out so I can just go right in order. A regular manual should. Had to bring this wheel back to life. Gave it a second chance at life. I am gonna save the rocker arms and the rest, but this cam ain't no good. So let's get the swap done and get this head back on the bike. There you go. So I got the rear wheel off for the KLX 110, and man, this thing is in bad shape. Not bad shape, but it's a lot dirtier than I would think for 2019. People really don't take care of their bikes. 2019 looks like this. That's crazy. 2019. So bad that the inner tube, I can't even get that unscrewed out. The rim lock looks like this. I'm gonna have to get a new rim lock now. Pretty sure I'm gonna need one for the front. Well, the front didn't look as bad, but glad I got an inner tube for this. I got two of them too, because I had to cut it out. Because as you can see, the two piece is still there. Anyway, I got some Vapor Rust. I'm probably gonna have to order some more. Is what it is, ain't what it ain't. But yeah, what I'm thinking is I'm gonna get my little container, fill it halfway up with the Vapor Rust, and every day I can just rotate it. I shouldn't have to rotate it more than 3 times. And each side to be covered. So see how I go. Let's do it. Back with some KLX 110 action. Update. Let's look at this wheel. Transformation. Tell you that, I tell you that. Man, look at the transformation of this wheel. Look at this wheel, man. A lot of a vapor rust, some patience. Not much scrubbing, a little bit, but had to bring this wheel back to life. Gave it a second chance at life. Man. So next thing in order is the head. Ran into a little problem swapping the head out. Wasn't just an easy swap. For some reason, as you can see, that cam, that piece is just hanging out. Right? It's just hanging out. And it actually fell completely out. And I was having trouble getting it back in because there's a ball and spring in the inside. As you can see, this one on the old head is just minding its business. It moves a little bit, but it don't pop all the way out like that for whatever reason. So I'm gonna just swap the cams out just to be for sure, for certain that we super good. And then we'll go from there. And then that's really the last big thing. And what I did, you know how these manuals are. If you know, you know. If you ever looked at the OEM manuals, you basically, they'll start you off in one part, cam chain, and then they'll say C chain tensioner, and then it'll say, you know, remove rocker arm, and then it'll say C camshaft. Let me see if I can get it where it says it. Look. It'll say C camshaft sprocket removal. So what I did, instead of flipping back and forth with the pages, I just printed all the pages out so I can just go right in order. A regular manual should. I'm gonna put a link to this if somebody want to print it out, or somebody want me to print it out. I'll send it to you for a couple of dollars. Just how I printed it out like this. But anyway, where we're at with it is the rocker arm removal, but we just gotta remove the rocker arm so we can get the cam out, swap them joints out, and it just shows you how to take it out and put it back in. So let's get to it. Let's go. Okay, so that step is done. Removing the rocker arm, shaft, and the cams from each head. The new one, the one that we're going in, that cam and the rocker arm shafts was hard to get out. I had to use some pliers and pull real hard with some needle nose pliers, and then had to use a screwdriver to kind of pry that out. So hopefully nothing internal is bad. Nothing that I can see is bad on that one. But I am going to use all the internals from the head that was already on my bike, and because I know that's running. But like I said, from what I see, there's nothing wrong with it in you know, in the internals. Looks good. They both look identical. Just needed some extra persuasion to get out for whatever reason. But like I said, you see this cam is in pieces. This actually came out. It was like behind there somehow inside the cam. And also another thing I noticed with the cam I'm gonna be using, you see this little ball right there. For some reason it's missing on this one. So I'm pretty sure that it's got something to do with something. But this cam is no good, or it needs something. Somebody wants it, they want to rebuild it, they think they can do something with it, let me know. I send it to you for free. But anyway, this is what we're going in. You see, all in one piece. I don't know how that works, but it looks good. And then of course the cam, sprocket, and all that good stuff we're using, but we're not using any of this stuff. I am gonna save the rocker arms and the rest, but this cam ain't no good. So let's get the swap done and get this head back on the bike. There you go.